Hi everybody, it's Jenna from Jenna Stitches. Today is Saturday, December 24th, so Merry Christmas Eve, everybody. I don't know why that was so difficult for me to say, but Merry Christmas Eve, everybody. I figured I would come on today and do my weekly progress since I doubt I will tomorrow being Christmas Day, spend time with family and friends, hopefully. I hope everybody's had a really good week. Again, I do apologize for not being on a week. I think I kind of mentioned last weekly progress that I didn't think I would be because I was training at work all week, and that always takes a lot out of me, which I've mentioned many, many times before. But I also had a doctor's appointment on Wednesday, and a lot of times instead of using PTO, I'll just make up my hours. So I was gone for 4 hours Wednesday morning, so I stayed late and came in early a couple days to make that up so that I didn't have to use any PTO. So really outside of work, really no time to do much of anything because I was working such long hours, and then by the time I get out of work, I gotta take care of my kids, and then I gotta relax. I bought this cute mug. You can't really see what it says in the camera. It says Holly Jolly though. Very funny story about this mug. Kind of. I mean, I think it's funny. So my husband and I were shopping a couple weekends ago, and we went down that aisle at Walmart that has all like the seasonal things. I don't know if all Walmarts have it, but ours does, where like during Halloween there's all the Halloween mugs and cups and fall decor and like fall wax melts and candles, and then they do the same thing for Christmas. So there's a bunch of Christmas mugs, Christmas cups, tumblers, all the wintry type scents, and candle holders, melt burners, things like that. So we were walking down the aisle, and I really, really wanted this cup, and he told me no because I have a very bad obsession with mugs. And if I bought it, he really wouldn't care. But he told me no, and he's like, you have enough mugs, we don't need any more. So I didn't buy it. So me and my mom ended up going shopping the weekend after, which was, I believe, last weekend. Yeah, because it was my husband's birthday. And I was getting him some birthday gifts, and I decided to buy it since I wanted it, because me and my mom happened to walk down that aisle. So I told him that I bought it for him, since he said no. And then I stole it because he's not going to use it. Today I am drinking Snickers coffee, which I never do the what I'm drinking thing, but I am actually drinking coffee today. Usually I'm just drinking water, so it's not that much fun. But I have Snickers coffee and a little tiny bit of Snickers creamer in it. I absolutely love this coffee, which is weird. Before I had my surgery, when I could actually eat chocolate, I hated Snickers. There was a very rare time for a little bit where I became obsessed with them, and that's all I wanted. But like, they've always been my least favorite candy bar, but this coffee is so good. And I don't even really like flavored coffee either. I do like flavored creamer, but I generally stick to like a dark roast and nothing else. But I went back to regular coffee for a few days because I ran out of the Snickers, and I mean, it was okay, but it wasn't as good, so I had to buy more. But it is really hot. We are getting hit pretty hard here with the blizzard that's been going through. I don't even think you can see, like, it's just white. There's nothing else out there. And like when I was just in my kitchen making that coffee, out the kitchen window was just white. The front door and our window next to the front door, you can't even see out of. The window's all frosted over, and it's got snow all over it. And the front door window has snow all over it. I don't know why I just undid it. I just wanted to tighten it. So we are getting hit pretty hard here in my town, the entire town, entire county, and I believe the next county over, that way and then that way, I believe. So west and south, I believe those counties too, like everything's shut down. Me and my mom went out yesterday morning around 7:30 to get groceries because We both usually do like Walmart pickup or Walmart delivery for groceries because we don't really have a grocery store in my town. We do, but it's ridiculously expensive, and the only other place to shop is Walmart. So that's where I always get my groceries from, and my mom too, because like I said, the other store that we have is the only other store that we have is ridiculously expensive. But we went out 7:30 yesterday morning because we wanted to beat the storm and get our groceries, and they had no pickup or delivery available, so we ran out really quick. By the time we got back, which was about 9:30, because we did end up stopping at another couple stores for things that they didn't have at Walmart, it started to snow and the wind was crazy. And then my husband headed out like almost immediately after that. By the time he got to Walmart, which is about 15 minutes away from us, they were closed because their power was out. And then he came back to town and went to our grocery store that we have in town, the one that I was just mentioning. And while he was there, the power went out. He was able to check out and everything, but their power went out. And by like 1 o'clock yesterday afternoon, everything was shut down. And everything is shut down all the way through till Monday. And we'll see what happens on Monday, because we still have a complete travel ban in our county, at least. Nobody's allowed to go anywhere, which, you know, there's cars driving by every couple minutes, but thankfully I did not lose power last night. I didn't lose cable, internet, nothing. I think my lights flickered once. And I was going to make this video yesterday, but I got kind of worried. I was like, if the power goes out, I don't want to use my battery on my phone to make a video. So I decided, I think we're in the clear now. It's still nasty out there. Like it's blowing so bad I can't see even the building across the road from me. And I don't think it's that it's snowing that bad. I think it's just the wind is still pretty wild out there. But it was kind of scary for other people last night. Like, so many people were putting on Facebook that they had no heat. One of my former colleagues said it was like 43 in her house. She couldn't get anywhere because everything was so snowed in. There was another woman I saw on Facebook who ended up sleeping in her car overnight because she went off the road and there was no way anybody could help her. They actually took the plows off the road last night. All emergency personnel were taken off the road. Like, they completely shut things down last night. So that was kind of scary. I've never experienced it that bad before. Like, I've lived in this part of New York my whole life. We always have bad winters, but to see like people posting, hey, we're stranded, is there anybody that can come help us? And everybody's like, no, we can't, was kind of scary. And thankfully so far, it seems like, at least in my area, from what I've read, everybody is okay. They are rescuing the people that got stranded. But the last post I saw from our like county hub on Facebook was that about 75 people got stranded on one, like our main road. And I forgot what the other thing said. It was like 75 people stranded and then something else, but tons of people without power, tons of people with no heat. My parents were out of power for close to 24 hours, 21, 22, because I think it went out at this time yesterday. It's 4 o'clock now, and it came back on maybe about an hour and a half ago. Thankfully they have a wood stove, but because of where they live on a well, they didn't have any water. But she did stock up a little bit extra yesterday, and thankfully I believe had enough to make it through until the power came back on. But I mean, if they didn't have that wood stove, it probably would have been beyond freezing in there yesterday with the power being out for that long. So it was kind of scary, I'm not gonna lie. I hope it clears up though, because the look on my kids' face this morning when I told them I don't think we'll be able to make it to me Mom and Papa's for Christmas tomorrow was very heartbreaking. And my husband promised them no matter what, he will get us there. But if there's a travel ban, we can't. So I'm hoping that they will lift it. Well, I'm hoping the weather gets better so that they can lift it so we can make it over there tomorrow. And we've always gone to my best friend's house every Christmas since I've known her, so like 15 years now. So that's hopefully going to be our day tomorrow, is going to my parents' house and then going to my best friend's house. We were supposed to go to my husband's mom's house today, and we can't go anywhere. So I don't know if we're going to reschedule that or not, but yeah, it's just been crazy. Like I said, we're good. We never lost power. It's never lost anything. So normal day for us, we're just not going outside and we can't go anywhere. But for the rest of the people, I'm glad. So far, everybody's been okay, but it, like, literally every store in the area shut down. The roads were shut down. Nobody could go anywhere. So many different buildings were being made warming shelters because people were out of power without heat. The school that my mom works at was made into a warming center. All the fire halls around one of the local, well, it's not local, it's like 15 minutes up the road, but it's like a bar restaurant. It's called the Alabama Hotel. That was a shelter for over 100 people, and I think their capacity was like 70. But from what I read with everything, it seemed like they got hit really, really bad. That's where a lot of people got stranded, was in that area. So there was people just leaving their cars in the middle of the road and going there because they couldn't go, like the cars couldn't go anywhere. So hopefully everybody's doing okay. I know a lot of us are being affected by it, so I hope if you are, that you are good, or your family. I hope everybody is doing well, and I hope nobody is getting hit too bad with it. But with all that being said, I haven't really done much crocheting again this week. With the hours I was working at work, and having to train all day, I didn't really get much crocheting done while working, which is usually when I get the majority of my crocheting done. And then, like I said, I have to, take care of my kids after I get done with work, feed them dinner, see what they need. So usually a couple hours after work, I don't get to crochet at all. And then if I sit down, I might, but I think I was pretty burnt out the last few weeks. But yeah, this past week was definitely like, I could not wait for Thursday. And then of course Thursday comes, and Thursday was fine, but the kids were supposed to have school Friday, so yesterday, and I was supposed to have the house to myself because the kids were going to be at school. Husband was going to go out shopping and get some last minute gifts, and the storm hit us, which is fine. But yeah, it was a long week, even though it was a short week. So I did work a little bit more on the baby blanket that I've been working on for a friend of mine. Her granddaughter is going to be born end of January, mid-January, end of January. I can't remember what she said, but I definitely will have it done probably within the next couple days. So I've been working on that, and then I got a little sick of that because it is very repetitive, and I started a new project last night, which is going to be another gift for a friend of mine and a coworker of mine, and actually her fiance is a coworker of mine. They are getting married in May, so I started making them a blanket. So those are the only two things I've worked on so far this week, and probably will be the only things I work on this week. So I will show you those. So I honestly can't remember the progress I had on this baby blanket the last time I showed it, which I can't even remember if I showed it before, but I'm pretty sure I did. So here it is. Oh, it looks much better on camera. For some reason, I feel like in person, and I just pulled a bunch of stitches out, it feels really, really big to me, but when I'm holding it up for you guys to see, it looks baby blanket size. So I would say I'm about halfway done. I bought 2 of this green colorway and 1 of the pink. This is the Craft Smarts yarn from Michaels. I have the pink in here with me. It's light pink. I believe the green just is called mint. I could be wrong though. I don't have that one in here with me, but I only bought 2 of the green and 1 of the pink, and I really kind of wish I would have went about this much shorter and kind of left it like that. But I didn't, and at this point I am not frogging all that. So I'm hoping it will look okay by the time I get done with the green, because she, my coworker, I asked her, do you want the border in pink or green? And she said, let's do pink. So I still got plenty of the skein of pink left because I'm only using it for the bobble rows. So I'm hoping I can finish the skein of green and it will look kind of squarish, because I'm about halfway through the second skein. So this is about 1.5. If not, I guess I can always run out and get another one once the weather clears up, but I'm hoping I don't have to. And that is what I got on that. So this is a pattern by Daisy Craft Farms. I will link it down below because I don't know the name of the pattern itself. I find the baubles very fun, and I think somebody had mentioned before, I want to say it was Jennifer at Cinnamon Stitches, that they're like the pop-it things, and definitely are. I've been going through as I crochet it and like popping them back and forth. So it's been a lot of fun to make. I'm really enjoying it, but because it's so repetitive, I was kind of getting sick of it. I had to pick up something else. I feel like I was going to say something else about it, but I don't remember now. Other than I'm really hoping it will look, you know, square enough by the time I get through this mint color and I don't have to go buy more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I remember thinking in my head I was gonna see how it looked with 12 rows of baubles. So that will probably actually finish up the green. And I think it will look okay. We'll see. Also not really sure why, but my stitch count keeps getting messed up. Again, I don't know if it's because I was working on it while I was working, and sometimes when I do that, I do tend to lose stitches because I'm not paying attention as much, but it's such a simple pattern, I don't know how I would have. I mean, literally besides the bobble rows, you're just half double crocheting. So I'm not really sure what happened there, but I've lost quite a few stitches in it. So there, and you can even see like it's crooked when I fold it. I don't know what was going on, but again, I'm not going to frog it at this point. So there is that. And then the second one I started last night, again, because I was kind of just getting a little sick of doing the same thing over and over and over again. So I started the wedding present that's going to be for my coworkers who are getting married in May. So my husband walked in and started talking to me, so I had to stop. But I started the blanket for them. It is a Hooked on Sunshine pattern. It is the blanket called 4. I know a lot of people have asked in comments and stuff, like, what is the Hooked on Sunshine blanket? And I've never really explained it other than answering comments. So Hooked on Sunshine is the name of, I mean, it's not the name of the name the creator gave it. She has tons of patterns. Her name is Vanessa, but she has a bunch of blanket patterns and things, and that's just kind of the name of her website and everything. It's called Hooked on Sunshine. So I'll link it down below, and I'll link the pattern for the blanket specifically down below, but that is the name of the website, is Hooked on Sunshine. And then she's got tons of different blanket patterns, and most of them are considered like mandala blankets. This one is called 4. It's probably my favorite of the ones I've made. She does have quite a few, and I've bought most of them, but I've only made 3 of the patterns, and out of those 3 I've made 2 of each at this point. And I think my favorite goes between the 4 and the Phoenix, but I thought because of the name 4, it would be kind of cute for them, if that makes any sense. So the name is 4, F-O-R. And then I just thought, because it's a present for someone, that was the pattern to make. And also I think it's my favorite. It was the first Hooked on Sunshine I made. I actually not discovered it, because I think I bought a couple of the patterns before I worked on my first one, but it was the first pattern by Vanessa, or Hooked on Sunshine, that I made, and I actually made it while the crochet along was going. So I don't know if that's why it's my favorite, because they're all absolutely stunning. But I thought it was fitting with the name, and it's just a really fun pattern to make. So I started that last night, and I think I've gotten to around 20 so far. And here it is. So isn't it just so beautiful? I love it so much. So with this, I am using Karen's Skinny Cakes in the colorway French Vanilla. So it's just whites, grays, and creams, which I thought was a really good colorway to go with for a wedding gift because, well, I didn't want to, I don't know how to explain it. I was going to say I didn't want to ask them what their favorite colors were, but I thought it would be fitting as a wedding gift to do like the soft whites and creams and everything. And I really love the way it's working up so far. Kind of matches my shawl here. This is a cloud cake though. But there it is. So this is through round 20, I believe I just finished. And I am using an H hook on this. Unfortunately, my H hook, my Susan Bates H hook, the soft touch ones I just recently got that I fell in love with, disappeared. I think my couch ate it. So I had to pull out a clover last night because I knew if I switched to a furls, it would be a mess because I tend to crochet much looser with my furls. So I was hoping I'd get the same tension with the clover, which I think I have. Actually, this is all done with the clover. It was the baby blanket that I had to switch hooks with. But there it is so far. I love it. And I am not color controlling or anything, which is really good about this Skinny Cakes because, especially this colorway, because there's not any harsh color changes. So you can't really see anywhere in there where the color changed. Usually, all the ones I've made previously, I've made with Lion Brand mandalas, and usually about, I've said usually a lot today. The first 10 to 15 rows, I will color control, and then I'll stop because the rounds get big and you can't really tell at that point. But usually the beginning part of it, I will color control, but I didn't with this. I've only cut off and rejoined in spots where you don't end where you start the next round. Actually, this last one I just did was a perfect example because the round before it ended like right in here somewhere, and then you started with these. So I had to cut off over here and start over here. So that's the only time that I've cut the yarn at all, is when you stop at a different part than the next round starts in. And I'm very, very happy with it so far. I just love her patterns so much. And not only are they just absolutely stunning, they're so much fun to make. I love that every single round of it is different. And I think I mentioned that before when I was doing Mandala Tuesday, when we were working on the circular fall blanket, that I love patterns that are not a repeat. I don't mind repeat patterns because they are mindless, especially like the bobble blanket I'm working on right now. It's technically a 6-row repeat, but 5 of those rows are exactly the same. And it's easy and you don't really have to think about it, where this, I'm going, back to the pattern every couple minutes to do the next round. But it's so beautiful and I can't get bored with it because everything is so different. Now I do know once the pattern or the blanket gets bigger, I might get bored with it because I know the first couple I made, especially when you do the 700 back post half double crochets. Yeah, those get kind of boring and tedious, but I just love making them so much. So for not working on a lot this week, I definitely have a lot to talk about. It's so pretty. So that is all I have worked on this week. Probably going to work on it a little bit more tonight. I think I'm going to put the 4 down for a little bit and work on the baby blanket again. Get some more progress done on that. I think I'm gotten to a good point on this. I was going to try to finish part 1 because it was released in a CAL. So I think there's 4 parts altogether. But it took me a day and a half, well, probably a day so far to do 20 rounds, and there's 27 in the first part. So I think I might put it down for now and switch back to the other blanket, but I am hoping to get the baby blanket done in the next couple days, and then work on this in maybe a different blanket. Probably going to pull out my husband's mosaic. I don't know why I was going to say it like that. Mosaic blanket, and work on that, because again, set it down and haven't worked on it for a while. And I think I have decided, if I can stick to it, that I am going to not pick up my Grafgand until I finish my husband's blanket. So that is my plan. We'll see what happens there. And that's all I got for you guys. I did receive my next Annie's kit in the mail, so sometime this week I'll have that video up showing what came in the kit, and once I get those done, I gotta take this off. I'm burning up. Well, good thing it's hot in here. I guess that beats not having heat at all. So that, again, is all I got for you guys. I just keep rambling. But I hope everybody has a very, very Merry Christmas tomorrow if you celebrate it. If not, I hope you just have a great day. If you celebrate something else, marry that something else. I'm sorry, I know there's other things out there that people celebrate, but I'm not too sure what they all are, and I don't want to like offend anybody. So enjoy whatever you celebrate. But I know I'm looking forward to it. I don't care how old I am. Christmas is one of my favorites, and especially now that I have kids, they're so excited they can't wait for tomorrow, and that just makes it all the more exciting for me. And me and my husband go all out for Christmas too. We give each other lots of gifts, so I'm excited to give him his gifts and see how he likes them, as well as the kids. It's always a great time. So I hope everybody enjoys, and I hope you all have a great night. I hope you're all staying warm if you're in a cold area, or cold if you're in a hot area. And also, please check out the link down below for my Facebook group. I would really love you all to join and come join us there and chat about crochet stuff there. So everybody have a good night, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.